Hello there! You're listening to Pinoy MCU Fan, a Filipino podcast where I get to talk about everything and anything Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm your host, Jim. Hey guys! Welcome back to the Pinoy MCU Fan podcast. It's been a while since I've released an episode. Kasi, yung original plan ko naman talaga kasi is to release an episode every 2 weeks. Pero, when I started this podcast, na-excite ako, so naging weekly yung release niya. Pero as the time passes by, this is now the 11th or 12th episode, I think. Napansin ko na hindi na siya consistent for me at medyo nahihirapan na ako to keep up on the weekly releases. So, yon. Remind ko lang sa inyo guys, if you guys are like wondering bakit ang tagal ko ulit mag-release ng episode, ayan. I'm gonna stick to my every 2 weeks release na lang. Para I have more time to research, to write the script. And of course, enough preparation time gives me the chance to reach out to people to join me as a guest in our podcast, diba? Speaking of which, for this episode, we will be having a guest. My best friend, Jem! Jem, please introduce yourself.
Hi guys! Thanks again, Jim, for inviting me to be in your podcast. And wow naman! Okay, so about me. So where will I start? So I knew Jim Bea from high school. So we were classmates for 3 years, except fourth year high school. And apparently, we became good friends kasi first of all, our houses are near lang. So there are instances na we sabay kami nagko-commute pa uwi. So, practically doon na-build yung, one of the reasons ko doon na practically na-build yung friendship kasi ang daming chika, you know how it goes. Yung parang commute pa uwi.
Oo, kay Jem
chika,
ako natuto
whatever.
mag-commute. Sa kanya ako natuto mag-commute.
Yeah. So, yun. So, yun yung pinaka, main reason. Then, second is, I think we were both diehard fangirls eh. Kasi uso talaga doon nung time na yun, nung high school kami, yung Stan Twitter. So yeah, we're into all of that shit. So siya noon sa One Direction and ako kay Justin Bieber. So yeah, we had a special connection then. And actually, parang magkaaway pa yung fandom natin namin dati. So, yeah. So, may sariling kaming mundo nun back then. So, kami dalawa lang din yung nagkakaintindihan. Yeah. So, yeah, in college, we went into our separate ways because she attended college in Hawaii and I took college in the Philippines. Although we communicated naman a lot. So, in college, I took bachelor's in international studies and I majored in international politics and minor in peace studies at Miriam College. So I graduated back in 2019 and recently I graduated again for master's in social work. Yay! So I attended Australian Catholic University in the Canberra campus. So yeah, that's me.
So, Jem, pa-explain naman. What's with the accent? Oh my
Oh my God, stop.
Nasa Australia po siya. Ulitin ko lang.
Yeah, so I'm currently in Australia. I'm here for 2 years now. So I guess this is an impact for living with a white person.
Yeah,
Because
she
my housemate,
has a roommate
Yeah.
who's white.
yeah, I have a roomie who is white. So,
See, she calls her housemate and I call her a roommate. So, ayun po. Ulitin ko lang po kung bago po kayo dito. I mentioned it a lot before in my past episode. Ako naman po is sa US ako nag-college. Tapos, ito naman si T-Girl. Si T-Girl naman, sa Australia naman siya. Yun, kamusta naman Australia, baby girl?
it was fine. It's fine actually. It's good. Obviously, as you can see on how I speak na, I feel like I'm adapting.
Yeah, she
I
adapted. Can you
na.
say no? Can you say no?
No. Oh my God. Oh, it's so annoying. Kasi sometimes the accent here in Australia, especially if a word ends with an A or an O, Like Aussies add like R at the end. So it's quite annoying, 'di ba?
Sino
Parang
ba?
what?
Si Chris Hemsworth. Wala naman
Yeah,
kasi,
Chris Hemsworth.
wala kang may i-inserta ng R kay Chris Hemsworth. No, wala naman,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Kasi Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, but the thing is like his surname, 'di ba, Hemsworth. It's not in American accent you will call it Hemsworth.
May
But in
TH. Walang
yeah, with
TH.
R. With the R. Maririnig mo yung R. So, American accent. But in Aussie accent, it's like silent R. So it's Hemsworth.
Akala ko ba mahilig kayo sa R?
That's the thing. Like pag may R ang word, see, word. Pag may R ang word, parang ang tendency masa-silent siya. But, pero pag wala, dilalagay. So, yeah. Ang weird lang
Ang
ng
weird,
Aussie
ang weird.
accent.
It's
It's so
weird.
weird.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
kamusta? Malamig ba dyan? Balita ko malamig dyan kasi baliktad ang mundo nyo. Literally,
Yeah,
right?
so technically it's cold. I mean, it's hot around like the rest of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Pero dito sa Australia, it's cold na. It's starting to it like we're starting na sa winter season namin. So,
Yeah, kasi
yeah.
Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah.
Hemisphere.
Mm.
Anyway, speaking of that, the weather, malamig ka nila, Jem. Dito sa Pinas, sobrang init. So, disclaimer na lang po kung naririnig siya yung electric fan ko. So, sorry po. Subukan ko po siyang i-edit out. But if not, alam nyo nasa Pinas ako kasi nakabukas yung electric fan ko. And also, di ba, election season. So, kung may naririnig kayong random na mic na malakas, na muffled background noise, yung court dito sa village namin, may politiko. May politiko, basta nagka-campaign. So, yeah,
Mm.
malapit na ang election. Um, ano pa ba? Yeah.
And also, vote wisely, you guys. Hanggang dun lang
Uy.
yung masasabi namin.
Uy, ano
Vote
mo
wisely, you guys.
sabihin na namin,
Mm-hmm.
Lenny po kami. So, Lenny
Yeah,
Kiko po.
definitely.
Nabanggit ko naman na sa, I think it was the women episode. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I mentioned like, vote wisely, vote Lenny. Sabi ko gano'n.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and like since I'm abroad, I already voted pala. Yung mga tao
Yeah.
sa abroad nakapag-vote na.
And it's
So,
pretty cool because
yeah.
they have mail-in voting. So, that's
Mm.
fun. That's fun. I wish I had that, but I
Yeah.
didn't. So, yeah.
So, we only we're only able to vote for like national candidates, like for the national positions national positions.
National.
So, sadly, I can't vote for Vico again
Yes,
for this
speaking of that,
like
yeah, taga-Pasig po kami.
yeah,
Taga-Pasig po. Mayor po
yeah,
namin si Vico
Pasigenyo.
Soto.
Mm-hmm.
Ayun. Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course, yes, I'm gonna vote for him. He's done so much. Moving on in our Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. So every time I have a guest over for episodes, I like borrowing this question from my favorite Marvel podcast called This Week in Marvel. So, Jem, my question is, what is your MCU origin story?
So growing up, my family and I really like superhero movies, as in we're really obsessed with it. So of course, we were able to watch sa cinema Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Garfield.
Maguire, yeah, it's Maguire.
Maguire.
And Andrew Garfield's
Spider-Man.
and yes, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Yep. So we were also so invested sa Iron Man films back then. So we also watched it on cinema. So besides that, actually we also like DC superheroes too.
Good luck. Good for
Especially
you.
Superman and especially Superman and Batman din. Kasi ang dami-dami din kasi nilang reboot.
Yeah,
So,
confusing.
so basically as a family who like superheroes, we were curious and we like went to the cinemas to see what the fuzz is all about. Like, why do you need a reboot? So, yeah. So, yeah, napanood din namin siya dati. Yeah, so basically, since I was a kid, I was really into Marvel na. So I'm much more like leaning towards Marvel compared to DC. I don't know. That's just how it is. Yep. So yeah, not like now, diba? You know what I mean? It's because during phase 1, these Marvel characters are still building up their storyline. So as a kid, it's like okay to me and I'm still not blown away yet. It was like all starting to make sense to me when Avengers came out. But what really pulled me into the rabbit hole is Captain America Civil War. So dun talaga ako na pa, oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm officially into
kasi
this.
kasi Civil
Mm-hmm.
War came out 2015, and 2015 was the
Mm-hmm.
year we graduated, and you were like into politics because your college degree is gonna be on international
Yeah.
studies.
Yeah,
Sokovia Accords,
basically.
yeah, UN and shit.
Yeah. So yeah, so basically I'm a phase 3 baby. So please don't judge me for those who are like phase 1. I like
Wait, do
Marvel since
people
phase
do
1. I
that?
mean,
Oh my god, I
I'm
don't.
not
Do
sure.
people even do that? Parang
I
fangirl
mean,
na
I can,
fangirl lang ha. Like yung mga
yeah, fangirl lang.
era ganon. Era or era? Yung
Mm-hmm.
ganon.
Depends on what accent. Era or era, it's okay. But yeah, I don't know. Because like I can see people sa Twitter na, oh, I like Marvel since like Iron Man came out. I mean, okay, good for you then. It's like,
No, I mean,
so,
all of us grew up with Iron Man. It's just, it depends
mm-hmm,
on like level of like investment mo lang dun sa franchise. But I'm
mm-hmm.
pretty sure all of us is like, yeah, Marvel, ganon.
Yeah, but I can really say na I became a Marvel fan
Civil
during
War.
phase 3 na, yeah, Civil War. Yeah. So yeah, just like what Jim said, that film was so interesting to me because the United Nations is involved, diba? In the whole conflict about the Sokovia Accords, and I'm Team Cap, by the way.
Aren't we
And since
all? I'm kidding.
then, yeah,
Wait, your team Cap?
yeah, I'm Team Cap.
Holy shit, wait, what? I thought you're Team Iron Man.
No, I'm not. I already told this to you before.
Holy
And
shit.
you said you also Team Cap. You said that's what you said.
Oh my god. Honestly? Oh, you know what?
Are you
Never
Team
mind.
Iron Man? Really?
No, wait, I'm thinking about it. I actually forgot. I feel like I have to read more again about it. Kasi they
Mm-hmm.
both make sense. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
they both need like revisions, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Accords is not perfect, but it presents such an important question.
Yeah, because ayun lang ata. I think we need like another whole discussion about the Sokovia Accords, you
Oh
know?
my god. I was looking into it and I'm like, holy shit, I cannot do this alone because I'm not that kind of like political law bitch. I'm not that kind of
Mhm.
person. So I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
again. Part 2 ng
Mhm.
collab. Wow.
True. Let's deep dive din naman using my bachelor's degree, charot. Yung international
Oo.
relations stuff. Yon.
Yeah.
Taray, she has a different degrees or whatever. Ayun. So,
Master.
yeah. So yeah, I think so since then I've been invested na rin in watching all of the MCU movies as well as the as their series na din na nire-release nila ngayong Phase 4. So yeah, it's good. So far my MCU journey is going well so far. So,
It
mhm.
is. It is going well. So, so for this episode, it's kind of a special episode ahead of the May 4th, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So, I said May 4. Kung nagtataka kayo kasi nasa Pinas po ako, so it comes out May 4th. Si Jem na nasa Australia, when are you guys gonna get it? May 4 din?
Yeah, May 4
Oh
then.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I think APAC, Asia Pacific is gonna get
Mhm.
the release earlier. Parang dati din, di ba na? Like pre-pandemic, this is how it is with like
Yeah.
Hollywood
Actually,
releases. We always
yeah,
get
like
it
nung
like,
for example, nung No Way Home,
ah,
like we were one day ahead of the US, Australia. So basically in the whole world, Australia was the first one who saw it.
as I've said before or expressed before on my podcast episodes, or Instagram account. Sobrang active ako sa IG ko. So guys, follow me there. Interact with me. I am not really the type of person to theorize. Well, I am the type of person to theorize, pero I don't overly share my theories on this podcast or sa IG or even minsan kanila Gem. So, kasi gusto ko, I want to give you guys the creativity to come up with your own theories. Pero if you guys just want to like discuss your theories with someone or exchange ideas, my DMs are always open. Ang dami kong kachismisan the mga MCU fan din. It's fun, it's fun. So, the Pinoy MCU Fan Podcast is all about taking a deep dive into the MCU by relating concepts, characters, and stories to our real life. And for this episode, kung nakikita nyo naman sa title, that's why you're here, we are going to deep dive, we are going to explore MCU's Wanda Maximoff to Scarlet Witch. So first things first, everyone, what do you guys think of Wanda Maximoff? Your first thoughts. Jem, you go first. What is your first thoughts ba kay Wanda Maximoff?
Yeah, okay. So to be honest, at first, I didn't really like Wanda, especially with the first part of Age of Ultron, kasi di ba, her and Pietro's motives are with Ultron. So I was still a little skeptical with her character until Civil War. So in Civil War, I really liked her then, and I really saw how powerful she can be. So yeah, recently I rewatched Age of Ultron and I rethinked my first impression towards Wanda actually. And her failure of judgment towards Ultron, I guess, is an impact kasi, di ba, they were institutionalized since the Sokovian hometown was bombed by US air raids with weapons provided by, of course, not on no other than stock industries. So yeah, now it makes sense to me now why they had the trust kaagad towards Ultron, who was openly against Tony Stark specifically.
Yes. Oh my God, same, same. Before I go on with my first thoughts on Wanda, gusto ko lang sabihin, guys, sorry na, hindi po kami comic book fans, so we don't read the comics. We are specifically just gonna be talking about the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, heavily invested po kami sa movie franchise, and even the TV franchises, right? Yung mga Daredevil, na Jessica Jones, yan. Pinapanood din natin
Yes,
yan.
yeah.
Pero yeah,
Mm-hmm.
basically, we're more on the MCU talaga. So, I'm sorry if we found her weird the first time because we didn't really know who she was. I feel like if you're a comic book fan and you know how iconic Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff is on the comics already, you wouldn't feel like us, gets ba? But yeah, for us, yeah, I feel the same as Jem because nawiwirdohan talaga ako sa introduction ni Wanda and Pietro sa MCU. Pero yeah, I guess it was because I was still a casual fan. So I wasn't really that deep yet into the MCU when they were first introduced in Age of Ultron. Well, they were actually introduced first in the end of The Winter Soldier, I think. Yeah, sa end credit scenes. Yeah, I feel like one of the reasons besides the fact that we're not like comic book fans. For me, the reason why I was so confused at first cuz they had powers. They're not like mutated, you know what I mean? Hindi sila alien, hindi sila mutated. They were they were very similar to X-Men, which is in fact in the comics they are X-Men. They are part of that universe, yung X-Men. So para
Really? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah. Sa comics sa
Oh,
yun
oh my
yun. So
God.
parang if you
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that, you would find them weird. Why bakit sila nandito sa MCU, 'di ba? Eh halos na to
Mm-hmm.
nakikita natin sa MCU is puro like they made their own stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, parang ano. Pero of course, in Age of Ultron, nakita natin na kaya sila may powers kasi sa Mind Stone. So parang, okay, parang inaccept na lang din natin. Pero yeah, I have to admit, it wasn't until Infinity War when I started paying more attention to Wanda because yung love team niya with Vision. It was very funny to me. I used to talk shit about them because they were super weird. Like, look at this magic person, like fucking an android. It was super weird, and I found it really fucking funny. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, but please stay, stay, keep listening, because kahit I found her super weird dati, I have grown to love her and appreciate her more. Lalo na when WandaVision came out. It was a really good TV show. And even with WandaVision, I still felt weird with them. It wasn't until I started rewatching WandaVision na mas lalo ko sila na-appreciate. So, y'all. Speaking of WandaVision, oh my god, Jem, we had a petty disagreement last year over WandaVision because again,
Yeah.
just like I said, I didn't really get what they were on back then. Because again, it was super weird. Like Homegirl is crying over an android and shit like that. But yeah, of course, of course, I kind of hated WandaVision and Wanda. But you
Mm-hmm.
love them. You love the show so much. So I
Yeah.
just want to
So
ask, what did you see in WandaVision and Wanda that made you love the show?
yeah, so basically that was the time when three series went out, right? Like back to back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Falcon
but
and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and WandaVision.
yeah, but WandaVision was the first show ever to be released
Oh,
in Phase
okay. Yeah,
4.
yeah.
And then we had this petty disagreement after Loki came out. So that's like
Mm-hmm.
bandang lagpas na ng August, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think I was the last one in our group who watched the three new series in phase 4. So yeah. So when I voiced out my concerns because Jim and Tris actually liked Loki. So I said, "No, really, I like WandaVision more." So that's when the petty disagreement started. So yes, I really remember that one. So the show WandaVision is very human for me, as it really addressed most of our vulnerabilities in the real world. It also showed how superheroes can also suffer from depression, anxiety, and trauma too. So for me, WandaVision showed Wanda's feelings post Endgame, especially the rawest form ever. And it really touched me, because of course there are some instances that I went through something closely similar as hers. So yeah, it also made me understand and appreciate her more, both as a woman and as a superhero.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Wanda is a very complex character. So
Mm-hmm.
that's I feel that's one of the reasons why she's a good character because she's so complex. There's more to her than being than being a European that can speak suddenly in an American accent. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. That's one of the stuff that I talked shit about like last year. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why is this talking in an American accent? I thought she
Mm-hmm.
had this really thick like Eastern European accent, and then suddenly was gone. But then again, she's a Scarlet Witch. If she could like conjure something out of nothing, then I'm pretty sure she can like change her own accent, right? So yes,
Yeah.
I am formally apologizing to you, Jem, for shit talking that I
Thank
did.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for that. Kasi last year, so yun yung year na bumalik na yung MCU in regular programming. And nung lumabas yung mga TV releases, Loki talaga yung superior for me. For me, ha? Because it was really mind-boggling, and the concept that Loki had, it's bigger than the show itself. Yet the concept of multiverse and variance in the TVA touches upon our existence and free will din talaga. So that was a good topic that resonated with me. Parang yung mga topic na yun it's very big topics, big concepts. They're kind of vague too, but they are very personal to each and every one of us. So that's why I like that. I like Loki a lot. But what I failed to acknowledge at the time was how much of a masterpiece WandaVision was and how that show can also resonate with a lot of fans, including Jem. So, ayun. Oh my God. I'm so sorry kasi may mentality din ako dati talaga na parang I have to rank every MCU release instead of enjoying and nagbubula na ako. Pero yeah, instead of like enjoying the show and of course healthily criticizing it as their own work. Yun. Medyo toxic trait ng pagiging MCU fan din na kailangan lahat na lang irarank. Ayun. Pero yon napalitan ko rin naman yung toxic mindset na yon na, ayun, parang feeling ko nag-contribute din yun kung bakit ayaw ko yung WandaVision dati. Pero I learned to unlearn those traits and I decided that, okay, I'm gonna rewatch WandaVision again. And that's when I started really appreciating Wanda. Kasi, kasi yung WandaVision is the most creative MCU release that we've had so far. Ano ba naman yon? Every episode, bagong TV show, di ba? And noong una, litong-lito ako kasi bakit ganyan. And then, episode 5, I think it was episode 8. Basta second to the last episode kung saan pinakita yung
Episode
trauma niya.
8.
Yung trauma niya.
Yeah, episode.
I'm like, oh, okay. I felt super bad because I'm talking shit about the TV show and her accent. Turns out it's part of her childhood. I'm so sorry. See, this is why you should not judge agad. Pero yeah, I truly feel like WandaVision, the show, that TV show, was the cure to the weirdness and awkwardness I used to feel whenever I see WandaVision on the big screen. So, ayun, at this point, I've rewatched WandaVision for like the 5th time already. So, yeah, bet na bet ko na siya. And aminin natin lahat, ang funny ng WandaVision. So, yon.
That's true.
Di ba, ang funny. Every time I rewatch it, I'm like, parang iniisip ko lagi na, okay, I'm gonna theorize and shit. Pero hindi. Every time I'm like halfway through like one episode, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna rewatch it because it's pretty funny. Vision is really funny. I mean, the actor.
Yeah, he is.
I
was surprised actually that Vision is funny. Like an AI.
They were able to make him funny. Yeah. I feel like the reason he's funny is because he came from Wanda's chaos magic. He's not the real Vision. I feel like the real Vision is too like, he's too, what do you call that? Masyado siyang inosente. Kasi kakagawa nga lang naman sa kanya. So basically, he's like only 5 years old or something.
3 actually.
Wait, 3? Vision, no?
Because I keep seeing like memes.
Bilang.
Like, you know how like the like MCU memes, like how who is this? Like Captain America, Steve Rogers is like, how old is he? Is like 75 plus something, like 100. Then dating Peggy Carter, who is only like 30 plus. It's like they're comparing how Scarlet Witch and Vision is like worse, because Vision is only 3 and like Wanda is like 20s, in her 20s. So
oh my god, right?
It's the dark humor, like spreading around social media, and it's just funny.
Diba? Oh my god. So anyway, before we explore MCU's Wanda Maximoff, for this episode, we will be giving a bunch of disclaimers to set the episode straight. So, for the first disclaimer, as I've said before, the Pinoy MCU fan mainly talks about the cinematic universe. I am not a comic book reader, so most of the topics that I will be mentioning in this episode and the rest of my show really are strictly from the cinematic universe, which is something that I am very familiar with. But of course, I will still pull stuff from the comics when I feel like it's necessary, since it's the source and original material of the MCU naman. For the second disclaimer, just to expand on the first disclaimer, this is the second episode of my exploring the MCU series. For the first one, it was exploring the MCU's quantum realm, and just like that episode, we will be mostly exploring who and what Wanda is in the MCU and how her character can be a mirror of our own world. So for our next disclaimers, I'm gonna pass this one on to Jem.
Yep. Okay, so for our third disclaimer, so one of the reasons why we found Wanda weird at first was because she was such a complex character, introduced as a side character in these big MCU movies. It truly wasn't until her TV show WandaVision that we saw a clear picture of her story. So because of the complex topics regarding Wanda, it's important to note that we do not claim that her character is diagnosed with any of the conditions we will mention. So these are just an observation of her character in the MCU and how it shows similarities with what all of us are going through in the real world. So if you are struggling, do not hesitate to reach out for help. And we will include mental health resources in the description box of this podcast episode. Okay, so for the fourth one, again, just to emphasize the earlier point, I'm Jem, and I am a social work graduate and a registered social worker in Australia. So throughout my degree, my courses range from mental health, working with groups and individuals, community work, law and policy, and many more. So I also had experience working with people who experience trauma in a clinical setting, as well as working with young people in the out of home care sector who has complex backgrounds specifically in domestic abuse, homelessness, mental health issues, and trauma. So most of my statements that I will do in this podcast episode are professional observations only of Wanda as a character in the MCU. Although I still did my fair share of research given that this area is a profession. As an MCU fan, I want to explore Wanda's character on a more emotional level with a concrete understanding of the complex in and outs of mental health.
So now, who is Wanda Maximoff? So I'm just gonna read you guys a kind of short, informative background on her. So just so we know, alam natin kung ano nga ba yung pinagdaanan ni ate natin Wanda. Okay, she's born and raised in Sokovia, a country in Eastern Europe. So again, Sokovia is a fictional country that only exists in the MCU. Her parents died when the US air raided bombed their city, leaving young Wanda and her twin brother Pietro all alone. In their teens, the twins protested against the US and joined Hydra in hopes to make a difference in the cause that they are fighting for. They were experimented on with Loki's scepter, aka the Mind Stone, which made Wanda capable of telekinesis, psionics, telepathy, and many more. While Pietro can run faster. Yeah, super speed, that's the term. Okay. In Age of Ultron, the twins teamed up with Ultron and then betrayed him to join the Avengers to save a floating city in Sokovia. In the process, Pietro died. He was shot with multiple bullets in his body. While Wanda and the rest of the Avengers dropped the whole city into the ground. Wanda, who is grieving the death of her brother, she joined the Avengers and stayed in its New York compound. She became close with Vision and then Civil War happened. She joined Captain America and they were against the Sokovia Accords. Okay, so fast forward to Infinity War, she was living together with Vision in Europe away from the rest of the Avengers. But Thanos came and she had to destroy the Mind Stone, which essentially killed Vision. But Thanos resurrected Vision using the Time Stone just to retrieve the Mind Stone. Are you guys getting that? I know you guys have seen Infinity War, but yeah, basically Wanda saw Vision's death twice. She died during the snap and she was resurrected again 5 years later. With Vision's death fresh in her memory, Wanda's grief triggered her underlying chaos magic that led to the events of WandaVision, wherein she put a whole town hostage within the hex, as she lived in an altered reality with a resurrected Vision, and she even produced twin children. As Agatha Harkness puts it, Wanda's ability to wield chaos magic, which is magic spells without the need of incantation, basically magic on autopilot. It means that she is the Scarlet Witch, someone who is more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, aka Doctor Strange. Someone who is so powerful, Wanda is so powerful, she can change the whole universe. So with the upcoming film Multiverse of Madness, we all know that she is going to be showcasing her most powerful self yet. Yes, the Scarlet Witch is powerful on its own already, But with the knowledge that Wanda is learning from the book Darkhold, there is so much to look forward to in Wanda Maximoff. I hope you guys understood what I just said. But anyway, her journey to become the Scarlet Witch wasn't easy. So Jem, ikaw bilang social work graduate as a social worker, what do you think Wanda is going through?
By deeply analyzing her backstory, I observed that Wanda is repeatedly relieving her grief and loss. So, first with her parents, then her brother, the loss of Sokovia, even, and now Vision. So, there are five stages of grief, which is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And Wanda is only circling around denial, anger, and bargaining. So, in my observation, Wanda didn't know how to regulate her emotions. She has this like run and go attitude in a way na she really didn't deal with her issues. For example, after her brother Pietro's death, she didn't talk about it with anyone. It's like she's soaking it in all by herself. So, based on how I observe it again, one is like ignoring her feelings because she thinks it would go away faster. But here's the thing though, it's not. It's just a myth. So, trying to ignore your pain or keep it from suffering will only make it worse in the long run. Maybe at a time, she was slowly processing it because of Vision by spending time with him. And honestly, though, he's really been good towards Wanda,
Yeah.
and he's really looking out for her and acknowledges her feelings even. So they even had talks. So they even had talks, right? Remember that iconic "What is grieving if not love persevering?" That iconic line in One
Yeah.
Division. Yeah. But yeah, due to the tragic event in Infinity War, Wanda lost her one and only solace that made it worse for her mentally and emotionally. So, remember how Wanda really liked watching sitcoms as a kid? Apparently, that became her coping mechanism that was highlighted in WandaVision. So, due to the tragic events in her life, her coping mechanisms became her survival instinct. So, see how she dodged to deal with her feelings and emotions? She rather made a whole new reality, aka Westview, just for her not to deal with Vision's death. So, yeah, in short, Wanda was and still, I think, and most probably is still, dealing with a lot of unaddressed grief and trauma that really impacted her mental health and judgment.
So yeah, I really like how you said that Wanda has this run and go um at a response when it comes to people's death. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
one example I think of that is that how parang palipat-lipat lang yung hindi niya ina-accept agad eh. Yung what happened, she doesn't accept it. What she does is that she just moves on without completely moving
Yeah.
on. So for example, we've all seen WandaVision, right? No, there's war happening in Sokovia. So ano yung escape nila dun? Watching sitcoms. It's a family thing that they do. And then suddenly they
Mm-hmm.
got bombed and then the parents are now gone. They're not dead. Thank God Pietro is there. So now she's with Pietro. And then
Mm-hmm.
Pietro is gone, and then she was alone for like a short while in the compound, in the Avengers compound. But then Vision is there. So and then what's next? And then what happens that Wanda now has Vision, right? And then now that Vision is gone, where does she go next, right? Parang sunod-sunod from sitcom to Pietro to Vision. Now that Vision is gone, ano na next? That's when you said that that's when she created Westview with like a
Yep, yeah.
with a mashup of everything that she had in the past,
Mm-hmm.
which is sitcom. Well, Pietro was not her idea; it was Agatha's idea, but still, parang it
Yeah.
still mirrors, right? I guess
Yeah.
I guess
I think it's still rooted from her consciousness, I
yeah.
reckon. Pietro,
I
yeah.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
Pietro is more like manifested in the twins. Kasi si
Mm-hmm.
Wanda and Pietro were twins, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
kasi si yung Pietro with what's his name, the actor?
Evan
Yeah,
something. I
Evan.
forgot it.
Yeah, Evan
Evan
Peters.
Peters?
Yeah,
Evan
yeah. He
Peters? Yeah, I'm not
he
sure.
he's
Yeah.
there because of Agatha, right?
Mm,
Pero when it comes to Pietro, we can see that in the twins, and then when it comes to Vision, we have the resurrected Vision in the Hex. Um,
mm,
yeah, pero saan yung next niya? What do you think is the next one? I think for me, I think she moved on to the kids na. That's why we're gonna see her in the
mm.
Multiverse of Madness with the kids, right? Pinakita na sa isang trailer yon na nandun yung mga bata. So yun, parang what if kaya kung hindi niya nakuha yung mga bata, what's next? Just like what you said, she's just circling to those, what are the
Mm.
three? The three stages that you mentioned that she's
It's
circling?
denial, anger, and bargaining.
Yeah, she
So
was.
she's just hopping towards the
Yeah,
three. Yeah.
right. She's bargaining between sitcoms, Pietro, and then Vision, and now the children. So, ang
Mm-mm.
dami nangyayari. She had a really rough past. So,
Mm-mm.
yeah, Jem. So, Jem, how did Wanda's past affect her throughout the years? What can you say?
Yeah. So quoting Agatha Harkness from episode 8 of WandaVision, she said so much trauma. And yeah, it's not just a sneering thought, sadly, it's an absolute fact. So it's just sad not thinking about it. Like
Yeah.
even the people around her is like seeing it in front, like it's seeing, like they're seeing yung trauma talaga ni Wanda sa kanya talaga. Like it's
Mm.
so very clear that Wanda has this like huge trauma
She
around
does.
her.
Uh
So
huh.
yeah, it's just sad. Yeah, so in that same episode, which is episode 8, we saw the sources of Wanda's immense pain. So we saw tragedy over tragedy compounded upon each other. So the murder of her parents and her twin brother, the mental torture of being trapped with a ticking time bomb for 2 whole days, and lastly, the death of her soulmate by her own hands. Take note, by her own hands, only
Yeah.
to watch him resurrected and killed again in front of her. Imagine that. Like imagine even that one scenario. It
Yeah.
it gravitates to a lot of like trauma. So
Oh yeah,
gosh.
and they didn't even get to say goodbye, right? Even
Yeah,
though
no.
the first like destroying the Mind Stone, killing Vision part was like talked about, but they didn't really say goodbye, even though they discussed it a lot of times. So
Yeah.
pretty sad.
It's just sad. So yeah, so that episode really brought me to tears. Actually, more tears than Tony Stark's death in Endgame, I tell you. I swear. It's like this is just hits different. So yeah, it was also an eye opener to me because I understood Wanda's character more. And I actually didn't expect that her understanding of grief runs so deeply. So I also observed the characteristics of a certain mental health issue in Wanda's depiction. So again, there is no official diagnosis made by the MCU and it was never explicitly mentioned in the show. So this is solely based on my observations as per being a social worker. Yep, so just to throw
Proof.
that out again
Yeah.
in the open. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I watched Wanda's rage and anguish transform Westview into her own safe haven, I recognized the hallmarks of dissociative disorder. So, what Wanda did was that in order for her to persevere through the traumatic events in her life, she retained some semblance of the living more than the pain she's feeling and compressed the trauma, compartmentalized it, and then she disconnected from the real world. So, does that make sense, Jim?
Okay, can you please explain? Can you use compartmentalized in a different sentence? Because that's a really big fucking word. So what does that mean? Compartmentalized.
Compartmentalized. So, it's like,
Compartmentalized.
uh, uh, so, wait, I'm
Compartment
gonna
na nga,
try to.
mental pa.
So I'm trying to so it's like a psychological like defense mechanism. in which thoughts and feelings that seem to conflict are kept separated or isolated from each other in the mind. So it's like, I don't know, I'm making these hand gestures because
Yeah,
I
they
cannot
cannot
like really
see.
explain. I know, but it's like it's like a form of a mild dissociation. So you're gonna get one thing and like isolate that thing.
Yeah, I actually searched it up like right now, and the pictures that came up is like parang bahay siya. Tapos syempre yung bahay 'di ba may kwarto-kwarto yan.
Mhm.
Ganun da,
Mhm.
like literal na you're closing it off. It's like it's all
Yeah.
inside of you, but they're like in a small container in different parts.
Mhm.
Kaya pala
Yeah.
compartment.
So
Literal
yeah,
na
yeah.
kinompart nilagay mo sa drawer or something.
Yeah. So it's like you organize it and you like kinompartmentalize mo siya, so inorganize mo
But
siya
why
and like
organize it?
naka and like naka-category siya.
Yeah, but why?
So
Why did you organize it? For Wanda, why
who?
like
Oh,
the
okay.
term I fucking hate this. It's so long. Compart
Compartmentalized.
compartmental. What the hell?
So I
Compartmental.
think what she did is like she handpicked like the memories that she want to retain. So
Mhm.
like to remove like the trauma and the pain. So she chose that and
Mhm.
like meshed it out together and like so that was like her core themes in Westview.
Mm. Oh, okay,
So
yes, yes.
like for example, the what do you call this? The sitcoms.
Mhm.
So that was her like main theme because
Mhm.
that's the time when she felt really happy.
Yeah.
Because well, that's her coping mechanism. Eh.
It was her first,
So
actually. Her family's
yeah.
coping, yeah, with in it kasi again, meron ngang war sa Sokovia. So victims of war din sila. So just to drown out the barilan sa labas ng bahay nila, they like watching sitcoms. And they built a tradition around sitcoms. That's why Wanda picked it. And then I think one of the eto ha parang pinag-mesh-mesh na talaga to. Kung yung sitcoms, very clear naman nanonood sila. Yung pamilya ni Wanda, the fact that they're twins,
Mm-hmm.
that represents her and Pietro,
Mm-hmm.
even the powers of Tommy and Billy, they also manifested that. And the fact
Yeah.
that they are a happy family, that's
Mm-hmm.
also reminiscent sa pagkabata niya na
Yeah.
ang saya-saya nila ng parents niya, silang magkapatid. And then the fact that yung asawa niya, si Vision, right? Yun yung
Hmm.
pinakamamahal niya, love team niya yun eh. Ayun, parang yung
So it's like
family,
ano no.
yeah, yung family dynamics nila sa WandaVision, that's exactly what she had growing up.
Yeah, and that's what she wanted din siguro.
Mm-hmm.
Like to have, but she cannot have it because wala na eh.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked up na yung nangyari eh. So
Okay, I mean, if we're gonna be real, even if he's alive, he's still an android. I don't know where the semen is gonna come from.
bio lang,
Yeah, I'm
biology lang
sorry. Yeah, but
naman. Yeah.
yeah, he's a sentient android, but I don't know where the baby making parts are gonna come from. It comes with the liquid,
Yeah.
so I'm sorry. Anyway,
It's so yeah, but adoption is an option. Remember
yeah,
that. Yeah.
true,
So
true.
it's not solely
Stop making
impossible.
babies, you guys. Just fucking just
Yeah.
fucking adopt.
True.
Anyway.
So to briefly explain more, like about what I said earlier. So it's like facing the reality of pain is more that we can mentally and physically withstand. So when we experience traumatic events, we found ourselves to be not in control. So to compensate that feeling, people who have dissociative disorders can create elaborate alternative realities in their minds wherein they are in control. So in Wanda's case, she decided to escape the feeling of endless nothingness. She most is I feel like she most especially felt this when she stood next to Vision's remains and put her hand over his head, diba, and said, "I can't feel you." That's episode 1 of WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I think, was the trigger for her. So yeah, she had gone numbed, but what sprung from her was rage and wave after wave of grief. So the void of nothingness that she's feeling had to be filled with something that would help her feel alive again. So that's what happened to Wanda, why she created Westview.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
she held the Westview hostage. Awesome,
Yeah.
hostage.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
but that's exactly what happened, right?
Mm.
So just to clarify, Jem mentioned dissociative disorder. So this term sounds very common. I'm not common, but parang lagi natin siya nahihirinig. So ano nga bang dissociative?
Familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. A lot familiar, especially now that we're seeing more TV shows in the MCU. So, according to Mayo Clinic, dissociative disorders are mental disorders that involve experiencing a disconnection and lack of continuity between thoughts, memories, surroundings, actions, and identity. People with that disorder, they escape reality in ways that are involuntary and unhealthy and can cause problems in their functioning everyday life. There are three major dissociative disorders, and one of those is the dissociative identity disorder, which is formally known as the multiple identity disorder. Ayun talaga ang familiar sa ating lahat, di ba? Multiple
Yeah,
identity
yeah.
disorder. Kasi ang daming palabas na movie na ganyan, tapos laging thriller.
Split.
Oh, oh my God, James McAvoy, my dude, you are great at that movie. I was gonna say
That's
hot, but
not
that's so
me.
weird.
That's not me. It's Patricia.
Oh wait, was
The
that him?
famous meme.
No
Yeah, that
way.
was him. That's from the movie Split. It was like, that was not me.
Iconic.
That was Patricia.
Patricia. Oh yeah. Anyway, but yeah. And speaking of Split, we also have someone. We have someone who has the same condition with James McAvoy in Split, right? Which is Moon Knight's Mark Spector. He has that condition. He is actually diagnosed in the MCU with having dissociative identity disorder. So doctors identify which dissociative disorder a person has by observing the way that the person responds and copes with trauma. For Mark Spector, which is Oscar Isaac, if you guys have seen Moon Knight, he did such an amazing job. His acting is wow. Oscar is about to get an Oscar for his performance in Moon Knight. But yeah, anyway,
I like that.
but yeah, he's super great. So for Mark, he responded by creating Stephen Grant, the British dude, Stephen Grant. I cannot do a British accent. But yeah, so Stephen Grant suppresses the trauma for Mark, while Wanda, as Jem explained earlier, Wanda responded by creating a literal alternate reality to disconnect herself from the real world. So if you guys napanood mo na ba Moon Knight,
Not yet. I'm waiting for it to,
it's
like,
gonna
for all of
finish
the episodes to,
to
yeah, yeah.
para isang
So basically, that's gonna be my next show that I'm gonna watch next
yeah.
week.
It's pretty
So.
good. It's pretty
Mhm.
good. So yeah, so for Mark, ayon, he created the British dude to suppress the trauma that he had when he was a child. So, ayun yung pinagkakaiba nila. So, again, ulitin ko lang, unlike Mark, who is diagnosed with a condition in the comics and in the MCU, we cannot really say which of the major dissociative disorder Wanda has, or if that's even the correct diagnosis for Wanda. But Jem did mention earlier that Wanda's action is similar to those with dissociative disorder. So, Miss Social Worker Jemery.
Ew. Stop. Don't mention my whole name. It's like
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for
Gem is just a nickname.
so for our Miss Social Worker,
Yeah.
what
That's how
does
it is.
what does Wanda? Ano nga ba? Ano nga ba dapat gawin ni Wanda? What does Wanda need to do to be able to heal from what she went through?
First of all, Wanda needs therapy for sure.
Yeah,
That's like one
therapy.
of them.
Therapy.
Therapy with a th. So
Apparently, Avengers Compound, the Avengers Initiative, they do not give out free mental health like checkups. So I guess I wouldn't join
really,
because if they did, Wanda would not be like, you know,
yeah. So
if
what
they
are
did.
like the benefits, pala
They don't even get
there?
paid, you know. They don't even
The
get paid.
Avengers?
They don't. Yeah, they don't. So
Oh my
like,
gosh.
if they don't even get paid, are we really gonna expect that they offer free mental health counseling to their
Okay,
members?
that's a pretty good argument. So
Yeah.
that
So
settles it.
yeah.
Yeah, so Wanda also needs to be professionally diagnosed by a psychiatrist. So she'll get the proper medication. So that's the big, like the big three. I'm not saying big three, like a big first thing that she needs to do, and the second thing that she needs to two major things that she needs to
Yeah.
do.
She needs meds. She needs someone to
Yeah.
talk to, and to drink
Yeah.
meds.
Mm-hmm. So not only that, she also needs to look after her social well-being. So it is one of the main components for one's healing. Just like this saying, diba? No man's an island. So I'm really like seeing that quotation, masalo ko naintindihan kung saan nanggagaling yung no man's an island thing,
No
especially in this
woman's
profession.
women's.
Yeah, no woman's. Yeah. So given that the intense trauma that she went through, she'll need people that she can depend on. So basically a
Definitely.
support system. So now that Vision is gone and the Avengers are not that strong now compared to the past few years, Wanda needs to consider group therapy since the process of healing will be easier if you have people who are going through the same thing as you. So it
Funny,
will make
cause a lot of I'm sorry. Funny, cause a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
the Avengers are going like Hawk. Have you seen a Hawkeye? But yeah, Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Clint
yeah, yeah.
Barton is going through the same thing, cause he felt like he's not supposed to be alive. The whole victim, na
Mhm.
guilty siya as a
Ronan thing, the
survivor.
whole Ronan
Yeah, the
thing.
whole
Yeah.
Ronin thing, and then yung kay Black Widow, Natasha, the events in Vormir,
Mhm.
he's also
Mhm.
going through that, and then we
Mhm.
have Peter who's alone. A lot of them need
Yeah.
therapy, so meron siyang kasama for group therapy if they ever
And
wanna
can I just
talk about
say
it.
Bucky and who's the other one? I forgot the name. Yeah,
Sam,
Sam didn't help like Peter Parker during No Way Home. It's
and they
like
hate him. I don't know. I feel like it goes beyond the movies. It goes back to the franchise. I don't know. I know it's like a running joke,
yeah. I
but
mean, if you're gonna think about it, they're technically still Avengers. So
yeah.
'di ba? Just because Iron Man is gone, just because Captain America is gone, that does that mean na you need to be like ano na, parang independent ka na ganun. That's why yun nga
Dude,
yung ano ng Avengers 'di ba?
Bucky's going to therapy. And it
Oh,
worked
that's
for
good,
him,
yeah.
but it worked
Mhm.
better when
But
Sam
it's
joined him.
court
Yeah.
ordered therapy.
The
So
the
he
government is
has to.
yeah. And the government is paying for it. No one's gonna pay it for
Yeah.
Wanda unless she
Mhm.
sells the land that she got in Westview. I don't know, but anyway, Wanda, hit us up if you need someone to talk to.
Yeah,
Group
that's true.
therapy.
Yeah, so yeah, with the group therapy, it will actually make her feel that she's not alone and that she will not be judged based on what she's been through. So practicing mindfulness and meditation can help a lot too, as it can relieve stress and at the same time it can help her stay present. So Wanda should also learn how to support herself emotionally by taking care of her by taking care of herself physically. So basically loads and loads of self-care. Wanda, you also need to get a mani pedi sometimes. Like
Ang ganda nga ng hair niya, bes. Galing siyang salon. Nagpakulot si
ayun nga
ate girl.
siguro. Oo,
Nagpakulot si ate
totoo.
girl. Ang ganda ng from having, like dark reddish hair. Naging ano na yung hair
Mm.
niya, naging ginger na si Tigger. Lalaki yun.
That's
May,
good. She's
pero,
attempting to self-care
self-care.
din.
Auntie pa,
To
auntie pa.
pamper up.
Oo.
And yeah, since we're already in this topic, I would like to acknowledge that grief and loss takes a long time to heal. So kudos to those people who are battling every day and are currently in the healing process. We know that it is not easy, but we are proud that you're trying and fighting.
Fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking, oh my god, speaking of healing, Wanda, I'm so sorry, but I have to admit, we have to admit, na kahit it was an accident or hindi talaga sinasadya ni Wanda yung mga nangyari, like Lagos, Sokovia, and of course Westview, we cannot deny that she hurt a lot of people. And of course, ako na mahilig ako i-imagine yung sarili ko as a bystander in the MCU itself. Gusto ko lang din malaman, what do you think happened to these victims after the events, the incidents with Wanda?
Yep. So it's sad to say that these people are considered as collateral damage for the conflicts that the Avengers and even the government had. So in that case, I can say that these people are victims of war and conflict, similar to us in the real world who are victims from the bombings, for example, in Ukraine and Syria. So meaning the victims of Wanda faces the same impacts and aftermaths with those who are real life victims of war and conflict. So, both sets of victims, the physical, which is those that happen in Sokovia and Lagos, and mental and psychological, who are those in Westview, may develop post traumatic depression or PTSD, and depression itself and anxiety. So, for the victims of Sokovia and Lagos, they may not only suffer emotionally related to war, but may also through indirect stressors such as injury or death of loved ones, economic hardships, continuous disruptions of daily living, and geographical displacements, in which they will have to need to flee the country and be refugees or asylum seekers. So, other victims may develop resilience, and as according to a Harvard study, it can help a community to survive and thrive in the face of adversity. Although that resilience may impact negatively then towards world leaders and those who are above. They will have trust issues now towards the government and in the MCU's case, the Avengers. So, for the mental and psychological victims naman in Westview, they would probably suffer from emotional distress given that they've been communally manipulated to the point that they didn't have control with their own minds and bodies. So PTSD is more likely to happen to this set of victims. So depression and anxiety would be a common effect too. Hence, this can be addressed through community group therapy programs and by making individual coping strategies as well.
Grabe. Kasi ako talaga, when I imagine myself in the MCU, parang bystander pa rin ako. I don't imagine myself as someone who's like, yeah, I'm the one who has superpowers too, and I'm in the Avengers. Parang bystander talaga yung bet ko sa life. And yeah, whenever I imagine myself to be part of the MCU as a bystander, it's it's pretty hard not to hate them, especially Wanda, because she's someone who can manipulate the mind of anyone, and then turns out she cannot even like control it at times. She doesn't even know that she's doing it. So that's just scary. The events in Westview would be like the final straw with Wanda. So it's kind of good then she actually she actually what do you call that? She actually moved out into a remote place so she doesn't have to hurt other people. But yeah, I guess I'm thankful for WandaVision again because they showed that part of Wanda that we didn't really get to address. maganda talaga yung yung final episode na yon, yung finale ng WandaVision. Kasi, she's like, I'm sorry, hindi ko sinasadya, I'm sorry. That's literally the first time, personally, that I saw her, address the people that is not close to her, but she's definitely hurting. And of course, okay, this just came up. Okay, I have a hypothetical question, Jem. Oh my god, if Wanda was a real human being, like, basta parang siya naman yung nandito sa real life natin, sa real world. Without yung chaos, magic, yung mind stone stuff. Basta normal lang siya. Yung mga nangyari sa Westview with the resurrected Vision and the two fake real twin children, na hindi naman niya pinagbuntis pero anak niya. Okay. What would that what would be the real life equivalent of that? Like, is it hallucination, schizophrenia? What is that? Kung normal lang si Wanda.
Yeah, okay. So again, professionally speaking and based on observations only. So for me, it's like equivalent to dissociative identity disorder as well, DID. And under its derealization and depersonalization bracket. So it would justify her ideas of Westview, yung DID. For her imaginary children, I'm gonna call it imaginary because she didn't really had children and
Mm-hmm.
Vision being alive, ganon. It can be an equivalent to schizophrenia, given that those imaginations of her can be hallucinations of her version of reality. So yeah, it's either of the two then. So it may be
Ooh.
similar to Moon Knight then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, when you said schizophrenia, that sounds more closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'di ba? Kasi sabihin natin kunwari in real life, yan, nagkaasawa siya, tapos namatay yung asawa niya. Syempre, sad-sad
Mm-hmm.
siya. To the point that it made her, it altered her brain. And, yeah,
We can also say kasi din na if Wanda is not a superhero or like she doesn't have
hmm,
powers, what she's like um experiencing are delusions and like
mm-hmm,
paranoia. So it's more leaning towards schizophrenia as well.
mm-hmm, yeah. Girl, oh my god, Wanda, I hope whatever you're doing, Doctor Strange. Nag-retreat kasi siya, no? I guess that's a form of self-care too, right? She
Mm-hmm.
went on a
Mm-hmm.
retreat on her own. In a Nag-squatter siya somewhere sa bundok. Squatter. Squatter talaga.
Oo.
Salbay. Pero hindi, no, it's,
Umalis.
basta,
Nag-flee.
nag-flee siya. Basta nasa magandang cottage siya somewhere. In the
True.
mountains with like, ano yun yung three cherry blossoms and all that. So speaking
Mm-hmm.
of the Multiverse of Madness, what are you most excited to see Wanda do next in the MCU? Especially sa MOM.
Yeah, so what I'm most excited about Wanda is her newly found power, like being the Scarlet Witch and the Chaos Magic. So I'm just so curious how she's going to handle and navigate that one, given nga that she's officially the Scarlet Witch. So I'm also curious to see what will be her role in the multiverse and how would she help Doctor Strange given din yung on how Stephen Strange is, di ba, yung ugali niya, and like
Oo.
Wanda. So, nasa isip ko rin na baka mag-clash sila or they will have like a
Mm-mm.
lot of disagreement. So, I'm really curious to see that one, yung tandem nilang dalawa. Because
Mm-mm.
they never, ano pa, di ba, work together before.
Yeah, we
Like,
haven't.
closely work
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, this is gonna be the
Yeah.
first
Like,
time.
first time na makikita natin yung duo nila.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fun to see, and I'm excited to see that. So yeah, so basically, I'm just really looking forward on how her whole chaos magic is gonna play out in this new movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's honestly, have you seen the people talking about MOM? They're mostly talking about Wanda, not even Doctor Strange. Like,
That's true.
this movie
Yeah.
seems like it's gonna be her movie, but I guess we're all leaning towards Wanda in this movie because she's the one we've seen the most, especially with WandaVision, the TV show. See, Stephen
Mm-hmm.
Strange kasi we've only seen him in his first movie, Doctor Strange, and then meron siyang malaki din yung partner sa Infinity War and sa
No
Endgame
Way Home.
and No Way
Malaki rin
Home.
ang part niya.
But we're gonna say we have to admit he's annoying. He was annoying. He's very Doctor Strange, Doctor Stephen Strange. He's very ignorant, not arrogant. There you go. That's the term. He's very maldita siya, 'di ba? Ang maldita niya,
Yeah,
my
he
God.
is.
Like bakit ang maldita mo? So tapos ngayon siya naman yung kawakawawa, hindi na siya naging maldita. Nag-ano na siya. Babait-bait, sip-sip. Sisip-sip lang siya kay Wanda best. Yeah, wait. Lang ganun. Pero hindi, yeah, I'm more, I have to be honest, I am more excited to see Wanda in this movie, not Doctor Strange. Kasi, we also have to admit, the reason why we have MOM is because he did Peter a favor. That's how it is
Yeah.
going right now. So, tapos sisisihin niya yung bata, ay kasalanan naman, siya yung It's kinda, see, I'm kind of hating on Doctor Strange right now. And I am just questioning his life choices that led to this moment. Pero
Yeah.
same with Wanda, I did question her too, but I can understand her more now. Right now, I'm just having a hard time understanding men. I'm so sorry, Doctor Strange.
Also,
Ah,
I wanted to see like how I'm expecting
aha.
or I don't know. I wanted to see how like how the Multiverse of Madness is connected to the last episode of Loki.
Oh yeah.
Like yung parang grabe na kasi yung yung sa Sacred Timeline ang dami ng lumitaw na variant or
Yeah, it's
something
like we still don't know. We kind of still don't know where the multiverse actually started. Pero I'm gonna stick with Loki. Na parang the reason why this is happening in the big movies, the reason why WandaVision happened, the reason why No Way Home happened, the reason why we're having MOM is because of Loki. Parang nasira yung tagabantay. So parang, shit,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen next? And again, with Loki, yung time naman dun kasi, everything is happening all at once. So, sila lagi nauuna sa time stream, if that makes sense. And, yeah. And the fact that Wanda is so powerful that she can alter anything, really. Alter the whole universe. She can really do that. And just to, shout out to the comics. Ayan na, babanggit na po ako ng comics. Everyone is mentioning House of M. So actually, WandaVision is also, syempre, again, guys, when we talk about the comics, maraming storyline yung comics. So when they adapt that into TV, into movies, they have to read through a lot of these storylines, and then they kind of handpicked which part of these stories are yung ilalagay nila sa mga palabas. So a big chunk of the stuff that we love in WandaVision actually came from the comic House of M. It's a comic series published in 2005. So, ilang taon na yon? 15 years old.
17
Holy
years.
shit. 2022 na pala. 17
Yeah.
years old na yung storyline na yon. And, yeah, so bale si Vision and the kids kind of came from that comic. And more stuff is kind of yung right now yung itsura ng MOM is yung itsura ng storyline ni Wanda sa Multiverse of Madness is similar to those that happened in MOM. Kasi naghahanap din siya ng anak, hinahanap niya din yung anak niya. So kakahanap niya sa anak niya, kakagrieve niya sa mga anak niya. Bigla niyang nabago yung realidad ng universe. So, again, di ba meron trailer na lumabas na naman sa MOM na nandun yung mga bata, and she is obviously grieving the kids now. So yeah, we might see her do that part of House of M wherein she literally hindi na Westview ngayon, baka buong universe na natin yung bigla niya mabago, di ba? Or something
If
like
you come
that.
di ba? If you come to think of it as well, like isipin mo like yung chaos magic ni Wanda is really, really so strong. Na siguro yung Westview is just like
A taste.
2% of her, a taste, like 2% of her capacity. Diba?
Yeah.
Well, and it's scary. Oh my gosh.
It's scary, right?
No.
Kasi when she took over Westview, a bunch of people forgot Westview. Dun pa
Mm.
lang. That's
It's literally out of the map.
oo, like, no one
Oh,
knows, kahit yung
'di ba?
kahit bahay, di alam. Pero yung mga tao
Mhm.
sa loob ng Westview, yung mga na hostage niya, alam na Westview exists. Pero yung mga tao
Mhm.
sa labas, hindi. So, it's really, that there is power. I mean, that's
Mhm.
basically the same forgetfulness plot na nangyari sa No Way Home. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Yung mga tao naka-forget. Nakalimutan
Mm.
nila yung Westview. Sa No Way Home, nakalimutan nila si Peter. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Pero kasi naman, yung Westview naman, yung surrounding people lang yung nakalimot. Eh, yung kay Doctor Strange, buong mundo nakalimot kay Peter. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Mas malaki pa rin po talaga yung kasalanan ng mga lalaki dito.
Fuck the
Salbahe!
patriarchy.
Yeah. Anyway, but based on the things that we've discussed so far in this episode regarding Wanda's mental state and such, what do you think she's about to do in MOM? Jem, you go first. Go answer this question
Mm,
first.
yeah, okay. So I feel like Wanda would still be in the process of grieving, obviously, especially towards Vision's death. So I think she is leaning towards the fifth stage of grief now, which is acceptance. Because in the trailer, I saw nga that she moved to this isolated place. I reckon it's a farm or what, which is honestly good for her. She went to this peaceful environment in order to help her mentally and for her to avoid an emotional distress. So that's what I think. But then again, Stephen Strange asked for her help. So I guess that would be a huge, huge trigger for her because she'll have that window na to access her chaos magic in which we already knew what is capable of. So probably there's a chance that she'll relieve her trauma again. So damn you, Doctor Strange. So ikaw na naman. Ikaw na naman. Yeah, and also, 'di ba, just like what you mentioned earlier, included sa trailer, they showed in her kids. So yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Right? And guys, sa end credit scene ng WandaVision sa finale which is episode 9, right? Sa post end credit scene ng WandaVision episode 9, narinig niya yung mga anak niya na sumisigaw, like, Mom! Mom! And, yeah, the kids, Tommy and Billy. So,
Mhm.
again, we saw that she shut down Westview. So, wala na yung si Vision, wala na yung mga anak niya. So, it begs a question, like, saan niya narinig yung mga bata?
Yeah.
Tapos nakita natin yung mga bata sa MOM trailer.
Mhm.
Which is literally talking about the multiverse. So,
Mhm.
in that sense, baka narinig ni the girl yung mga anak niya somewhere in the
Mhm.
multiverse. So, she might, yeah, just what you said, she might relive her trauma. Kasi, the fact na she had to shut down Westview and seeing Vision gone again and then knowing that wala na yung mga anak niya, that's also some sort of trauma, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. She got to
This is
live
a traumatic event. And also, it's
then.
good pala na in the end of WandaVision, parang nagka-closure sila ni Vision.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah, she was
in
able
this
to say
next
goodbye.
movie,
Diba?
yeah, in this next movie, I think that Vision chapter will be closed na.
Yeah, she's on the way
So,
there.
mhm. Mhm.
Oh shit, but then there's this white vision floating around.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Like,
so weird.
is that?
But
Where's that dude flying off to?
yeah, but
So annoying.
that's still Vision, but a different Vision. Pero I don't think Vision is gonna be there sa Multiverse of Madness.
Mm.
That's just gonna be too much characters. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna say that right now. So,
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah, ayun nga, si Vision, medyo naka-close na yung chapter ni Wanda doon. So, ayun nga, bargaining nga na naman. Lumipat na nga na
Mhm.
naman siya sa anak niya. Yun naman yung ginigrieve
Mhm.
niya. Kasi mga
Mhm.
bata nga naman, bigla nga naman na nawala sa kanya. Parang nga lang din sila, si Vision dati. 3 years old na bigla
Mhm.
namatay. So, sa mga bata, mga 3 episodes lang, bigla nawala.
Yes.
So, parang, yeah. And again, makikita kaya natin yung House of M dito. Oh my God, di ba si Charles Xavier nandun, part of Illuminati? Whatever
Mm.
Illuminati is, I told myself I'm not gonna theorize or anything, but yeah, this is one of the terms that are like so hard to ignore. Because that's the only way you can connect the Charles Xavier cameo in the trailer into what's
Mhm.
happening, yung Illuminati group nila, or yeah.
Mhm.
And then I read the description of House of M. Turns out nandun din sila yung mga X-Men, si Magneto, si Charles Xavier, and yes, nandun din yung Illuminati. So yes, baka na naman,
Mhm.
hihiramin na naman natin yung House of M for this movie kahit kay Doctor Strange to. Pero yeah, let's see. I'm excited. We're gonna watch, di ba? May 4th. Anong oras dyan?
Ah,
Sa
I'm
Australia.
not sure. I think I'm gonna watch May 6, I think. Friday ko
Why?
papanoorin.
Oh, because
I
you're
have
like a
work.
Oh, yeah, working. Working girl. Working girl.
Yeah. So I'll
I
do it like
took.
Friday night.
Oh, I see. I took off
Mm.
work just for
Mm.
this. I don't know. I cannot.
Yeah.
This is the first time because you've seen No Way Home on the day itself. So
Like 2 days after, I think.
anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Because
god.
I went on a weekend that time.
Ooh, because you're a working girl.
Working girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. This one I saved this one up because so I took a day off. So, but
That's
don't
good.
worry, you guys. I'm not gonna post like. I'll just react. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Depends if Wanda's gonna make me cry. Pero yeah, so do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. I think yun lang so far. I'm just worried about Wanda lang din, honestly. Dun sa kids nga. Yun lang
Hmm.
talaga din.
Yeah, she even said,
Kasi,
what did she say? I do the same thing that you did, but pag ako gumawa, villain ako, ganon ganon.
yes.
Yeah.
It's like a feminist saying din, no?
Yeah.
Yung ginawa. Oh my gosh.
Well,
Cue the Man by Taylor Swift. Yun talaga.
pero yeah, pero I feel like when she said that line, it's not about how much more damage yung nagawa natin sa tao. It's more on like yung just the mere fact of changing reality kung gaano yung effect nun sa mundo. But like,
Mhm.
I don't know, it's not Wanda's fault that she was born with the chaos magic. Like, no one
Mhm.
told her that. And then when she was told about that, it was a bad talk pa. It was a bad conversation. So, now she's kind of taking
Mhm.
advantage of it. I mean, she should take advantage of the chaos magic. Dapat na
Mhm.
gumawa na siya pagkain, ano, para end world hunger. Ano ba yan? Wanda. Dami pinuplay mo
Can you
masyado.
actually devour that?
Yeah, because she can, diba the clothes, she was able to change that. She was able to add like
Oh
fucking
yeah.
wood in the house, sa lupa niya, sa
Mhm.
west. Yeah, but masyado ko nang dinidibdib yung mga powers ni Wanda. But yeah,
Mhm.
she is wielding an insane amount of power, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be amazing what we're gonna see in MOM. So
Yeah. So after this movie, like if you ask people now who is the strongest Avenger, it's not Thor na you guys. Nope. Not Thor. It will be Wanda na.
it
It's
was
Wanda
never Thor.
Maximoff.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So
Yeah.
okay, so original 6, it was Thor, but then as the Avengers initiative grew, as the MCU got bigger, it became Doctor Strange, and then see Scarlet Witch. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
because we're not comic book readers, so we didn't really know what she was
Mhm.
capable of. So WandaVision is the cure talaga to understand her. Malay ba
Yeah.
namin na seryoso pala yung chaos magic na yun?
True.
Diba? Pero yeah,
Mhm.
exciting, exciting. So, I'm gonna watch on the 4th. You're gonna watch on the
The
6th.
6th, I think.
Yeah.
4th is is a Wednesday,
Wednesday.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'll
Is
be
a Wednesday.
watching on a Friday, so it's May 6th.
Friday night. And, it's pretty close. Kaya yan,
Mhm.
busy rin naman right after because of work. So, yeah, you're not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see any, what do you call that? You're not gonna see any spoilers from us.
Spoilers. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna steer away from TikTok, probably.
Yeah, you should, you
Mhm.
should. Have you seen
Mhm.
they previewed the first few minutes of MOM already? Yeah, they did.
When?
Kasi meron yung sa mga, like, yung press con, like, they invited, like, a bunch of, like, influencers, a bunch of, mga press.
Oh.
So,
Ah.
they showed 20 minutes to them. Pero yung ni-release online, it was, like, 2 minutes long, yung intro.
Mm.
So I'm like, I'm not even gonna
Yeah,
watch
but that's
that.
good. I haven't seen it. It's good that I
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
why would we watch it? We're gonna see it in a week anyway. Next week. In like
Yeah, yeah,
in like
yeah.
4 days. Depende kung kailan ko to i-release tong episode na to. But I am definitely releasing this episode before May 4th. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, we talked a lot about mental health in this episode. So, we
Yeah.
will be, gusto ko lang din i-shout out yung tumutulong po sa akin. Well, yes, I go talk to people too. So, in my work, I am very thankful and yeah, I'm very thankful that they offer like free consulting for their employees. So the consulting firm that we have is called DFS Consulting. So if you guys need someone to talk to, you guys can book a call with them and learn more about yourself. And also, shout out kay Tris. We are very proud of her for jumpstarting Hiraya Helpdesk sa UST,
Mm-hmm.
sa University
Yeah.
of Santo Tomas. So if you guys, our listeners, are yun, nag-attend kayo sa UST, you guys can definitely reach out to Hiraya Helpdesk if you guys, need more someone to talk to, you guys are going through something. So, yeah, reach out to Hiraya Helpdesk. Yeah, and of course, I'm gonna be sharing the mental health crisis hotline in the
Mm-hmm.
description box. Yeah,
Yep, that's true.
that's all for this episode. And yeah, wanna say your goodbye, Jem?
Well, yeah, again, thank you, Jim, for inviting me. And also, I know I cannot really say some of the like mental health what do you call this? The one that you said, like in the end, yung mga hotline and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because more of the things that I know is from dito from
Uh,
Australia.
Mr.
But yeah, I just want to say that look after your social well-being then. You guys, for those who are listening, make sure that the people around you are your support system and are helping you and be in a healthy environment then. That truly helps yung ano. That truly helps. That will truly help your mental state. Yeah, so mm,
Yeah, and I know that we all love the MCU and they are definitely mirroring what we are going through. So what Wanda went through is very complex and everything that she went through, I'm pretty sure we all went through at some point in our life. So, yeah.
if not exactly like similarly close,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, we all lost someone or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, take care, you guys. And I hope that you guys like this episode. And if you, yeah, I follow us on social. Do you want to plug your social, Jem?
Um.
Yeah, she's a private person. So, medyo,
So private person, yeah.
yeah, she's a
But
private
yeah,
person.
maybe you can just like ano. I think you can follow the Pinoy MCU
Yeah, thank
fan
you.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's active there and like so I casually comment as well. So maybe you can see me lurking there.
Yeah, si Jem. Siya lang naman nag-iisang tao nagka-comment, tapos pangalan niya Jem. Ayun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's probably me.
yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're gonna head out now, and see you guys soon. Next episode, may collab ba uli? May collab ba?
Hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for tuning in, and we will see you guys. We will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pinoy MCU fan. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To connect with me, you can follow me or message me on Instagram at the dot Pinoy MCU fan. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!